Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, I found you guys. I have a daily meditation that I do through my church,
Oh,
Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. So I was looking for another 7 a.m. on the weekend, and I found you guys.
great. Well, welcome.
Yeah,
So glad to have you.
yeah.
Where are you, Kevin?
I live in Temecula, California.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you know where it is?
No.
You heard of it? Oh, okay. 75 miles east of LA,
Okay.
si- 65 miles north of San Diego, and it's Southern California wine country.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. We love it.
Good.
How about yourself? It looks so crisp and serene
Yeah.
there.
Where do you think I am? Where would you guess?
Um, I would think that well, it's definitely a little chilly this morning. You're in the mountains somewhere, obviously. Big Bear?
I'm in North Carolina, in Western North
Oh,
Carolina.
okay, sweet.
Yeah,
Awesome.
in the
Very good.
Appalachian Mountains. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Good. Well, I got the mountains correct.
Yeah.
And that house, does that house have a wraparound porch?
This is a meditation center.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
look,
it's the veranda of our meditation hall. So yeah.
really? Oh, man, that's awesome. Good
Yes,
deal.
yes. Yeah, I was going to do a little when we get started, I'll do a little intro and kind of explain what the deal is. But yeah, here we are, and we meditate out here on the veranda of the meditation hall pretty much every day.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
that must be nice.
it is
Cool.
lovely. Good. Yeah, well, thanks
That's
again for
great.
joining. I'm just going to get my
Yeah.
audio set up here.
Sorry, I'm 10 minutes early for everything. It drives my wife crazy.
Oh, I think it's great. I'm actually going to ask you for a little bit of feedback on the audio in just a second.
Sure. Nice pun too. Feedback on the audio. Mm,
Hey, Kevin, how am I sounding now? Are you hearing me okay?
yes, I can hear you okay.
Okay, and the sound as far as like how it compares to how I was sounding before, is it more or less clear?
It's less clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little afraid that if I get too far away from the computer mic won't pick me up anymore, so I think I'm going to stick with the headphones.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just going to make a few notes before we begin here.
I've got my incense burning too. Definitely relaxes you. Today's is frankincense. Can't hear. Can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm just talking to one of the people who's joining
Oh,
us
I'm sorry. I'm
here.
sorry.
No problem. Yeah. Welcome to everyone who is joining us. We'll get started in just a few minutes. So feel free to settle in. And if you'd like to open up the chat window and just tell us where you are. And if you're aware of the outside conditions right now, you can tell us what it's looking like where you are. It's kind of fun to see where everyone is and how different the weather is. Good morning, Rochelle. Good morning, everyone. So I'm just explaining why you're not hearing me talking right now because I actually have some real life people from my Sangha who are joining this morning. Yeah, come on over. Anywhere you want. Yeah, anywhere. And so I have the rather rare and unusual pleasure of practicing in community, which I know is such a privilege in this time. So, hi, welcome, welcome. Wonderful to be with you. So yeah, I have one more hot water bottle here. Belinda, is that? Feel free to sit anywhere you like, and you don't have to be, far, far away. It's wherever it's comfortable for you. So I'm Sonia, and this is the first time that I'm hosting this particular broadcast. Today was supposed to be led by my colleague Natasha, but she has fallen ill, and so she asked me to fill in, but I'll also be leading the meditation next Saturday. So we have a wonderful group of Awake in the Wild teachers who are leading our weekend programs now, so that it can be really an everyday option for people. Mark Coleman is leading our Monday through Friday sits at the same time, and then on the weekend there's kind of a rotating group of those of us who have been trained in this particular style of meditation, nature and wilderness-based meditation, who will be leading these weekend sessions now from now on. So I love the warm wishes coming through the chat window. I can see that we have a lot of Californians with us, and not just Californians, but Californians in the warm part of California. Not just the warm part, but potentially the hottest place on earth, which I don't know how you feel about it. I'm speaking to the people who are with me today, but it's kind of nice to know that someone's in the hottest place on earth right now. So we'll be starting in just a few minutes. Right now I'm out on the veranda of the meditation hall here at Southern Dharma Retreat Center, and we have people sitting outside in meditation pretty much every single morning here. Prior to the pandemic, I think it would have been quite unusual to see people sitting out on the veranda, because we have a beautiful meditation hall, and of course people tend to want to sit with the rest of the Sangha and the teacher, and there wasn't a need, you know, but out of necessity comes innovation. And because we wanted to be able to practice safely together with our staff and our volunteers here on site, we essentially moved the meditation outdoors. And I think people have found it to be a really beneficial and beautiful practice that they might not have experimented with otherwise. Yeah. And Belinda and Kimberly, had you practiced outdoors before? Belinda, you had, and Kimberly, do you have a habit of sitting in meditation outside? Sort of, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of us who have contemplative experiences outside, right, in silence, but maybe not formal meditation practice. Yeah. So can be tremendously beneficial. Welcome. My mother's joining us from New York City. And also, hello, Sharon in Tampa Bay, Florida, 72 degrees. Welcome. So my name is Sonia Marcus, and I am joining you, and my Sangha is joining you from the mountains of Western North Carolina. So I'm serving as the executive director of Southern Dharma Retreat Center, which is a meditation center that offers programs primarily in the Buddhist tradition. And this is the veranda of our meditation hall, and I'm that right now. And we have the beautiful Southern Appalachian forests and mountains all around here. So I'll be joining you for a number of different programs, and I hope to kind of show you some different views of the area here. It's chilly. It's a chilly morning. It got down to, I think, 37 degrees last night. And but now it's warming up, you know, as soon as the sun starts to shine, it gets a lot warmer. So first thing I'm going to do is just, as instructed, is mute everybody, and then I'll unmute you at the end if you'd like to just share some greetings from wherever you are. Okay, great. So I've found while doing nature practice that many people, even people who live in warm places, places where it doesn't tend to, get very cold in the winter, or maybe it doesn't snow, but it gets chillier, that people still come inside when it gets cooler, So I have a few tips I wanted to share with you before we began about how to practice outside comfortably, even when the temperatures just start to drop a bit below what you would consider, cozy. I've learned some things over the years, particularly practicing in places that enjoy beautiful winter weather. And few things is, one tip is you've got to overdress. Okay, I think that we have a tendency to dress just so that we're on the edge of comfort when we're outside and we're active, but we don't really tend to pile on the layers. You got to pile on the layers if you want to meditate outside. You got to treat yourself with lots of blankets, and you got to wear all the nice, towels and the down jacket, even when you think the down jacket isn't maybe necessary. Go ahead and put it on, because when we get very still and we sit silently, the temperature does start to drop in the body. And so it's nice to kind of feel like you're extra warm when you begin, so that you're really comfortable throughout. And again, welcome to the people who are joining us in Mexico and Raleigh and Vallejo, California. Wonderful to be with you. So first tip is overdress, treat yourself. Second tip is the sleeping bag is not just for camping. I have two sleeping bags. I have one that's more of my summer bag, three-season bag that I'm using right now. And then I also have my down winter sleeping bag. I use these for meditation. They're wonderful. So you can just wrap yourself right up in it, and you get a lot of heat that's generated by your body. And as long as you can insulate yourself, that heat tends to stay with you. Third thing is you've got to shelter yourself from the wind. So even though it may feel good when you first sit down to feel all that air swirling around you, it may make you feel too cold to stay where you are, particularly in the extremities. So shelter from the wind. And then the last one, which is really, I think, the thing that has transformed outdoor meditation for me in colder climates, is the hot water bottle. This is your grandma's hot water bottle, the red rubber one that every time I bring this out, people are like, Kimberly said the same thing this morning. I haven't seen a thing like that in 30 years. Well, they still make them, and they're incredibly practical and useful, even if you're just in, say, 50-degree weather or 40-degree weather. Get your hot water bottle out. I just keep it right here on my lap, and I keep my hands on it when I'm in meditation, and it just warms me right up. Sometimes I get warm enough, actually, that I need to move the water bottle aside, because it is so, it's so warming to the core of the body. So the overdressing, the sleeping bag, sheltering from the wind or the breezes, and then the hot water bottle, it's the best, $14.99 you'll spend. I guarantee it. So I'll introduce myself. Again, I'm Sonia, and I am one of the teachers that is leading these nature meditation programs on the weekend now as part of this ongoing series. From Monday through Friday, as many of you know, you can practice with Mark Coleman, who we all trained with. And then on the weekends, the rest of the Awake in the Wild teachers are taking shifts to lead the morning meditations. So I hope that you'll continue to join us any day of the week now, all 7 days. And I'll be leading I'm actually filling in for a colleague today, Natasha, who has fallen ill. But I'll be leading again next Saturday, and then we have all kinds of wonderful teachers leading our programs. If you visit the awakeinthewilds.com website, you can actually see the schedule, and you can also see the profiles of the teachers and where they are. I am in Western North Carolina in the mountains, in case you missed that part, and I serve as the executive director at Southern Dharma Retreat Center, and so I'm here joining you from the veranda of our meditation hall. And we're just about an hour's drive outside of Asheville, North Carolina. So the temperature here right now, I would say, is probably in the low to mid 40s. But it's a beautiful day to practice together. So what we'll be doing today is I'll be just introducing the practice that we'll be engaging in. And then I will ring a bell, and we will sit together for about 25 minutes. And then at the end, if you'd just like to express your well wishes or a little good morning from wherever you are, you'll be welcome to do that. It's really good to practice together. That's what we found here through this pandemic, is that despite the fact that the mediated experience, can often be less satisfying on the surface than being together in person, it still can be such an important part of maintaining our practice during this time, and such an important part of feeling like we're still in community with other practitioners. So it's wonderful to practice with you, and I want to thank you all for making time for your practice. So maybe we'll just start with taking a few deep breaths. Remembering to exhale fully, 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 which is really what allows your lungs to fully draw in the air when you're ready for the inhale. Settling into our seats. And today's practice will be a scan. Some of you are familiar with body scan approaches. We'll do a little bit of body scanning, but we're also going to do a scan of our surroundings, a scan of the space just beyond the body, which in many ways is simply an extension of ourselves. So I'll invite you to ground down into the place that you are. Breathing naturally. No need to force the breath. Just feel the weight of the body on the chair or the cushion, allowing yourself to settle in to the place where you are. If it's comfortable for you, you can rest your attention on your breath, or maybe on the bodily movements or sensations associated with breathing. Just noticing the unique quality of the breath for you today, this morning. It might have little jumps in it, or be very smooth. It might feel like it's filling your whole body. Be quiet and shallow. Whatever it is, just noticing how it goes. Trying as best we can to stay with our experience in this moment. Thoughts arising and passing like clouds in the sky. The mind being the great sky, open, expansive, that allows these clouds to pass through but does not hold on to them. I'll invite you to bring your attention to the front of your body. Working your way down from the top of your forehead, just noticing any sensations that you're aware of inside the body and on the surface of the skin. From the top of the forehead, just slowly drawing your attention down to the area around your eyes, your nose and your mouth, chin, your whole face. And just giving yourself permission to just release. Release into the moment as you're experiencing it. Scanning down through the neck and the front of the shoulders. Releasing as we go. Gentle gaze of the mind past the chest and the heart. the front of the belly, into the hips, the groin and the legs, scanning the front part of your body all the way down to your feet. And now noticing also the space right in front of your body. Imagining that there's essentially a cloud of heat emanating from your body. Just that space about 1 to 2 feet in front of you. What it is that you're experiencing right there. Right there where your body is making contact with the space in front of you. What it is you're sharing. Drawing the air in and out. This beautiful exchange. Now moving our attention to the right side of the body and following the similar path. Starting at the crown of the head. Like drawing a feather over the outside of your body, noticing the sensations along the way. Your temple, your ear, any tension you might be holding in your jaw right now. Just giving yourself permission to release. On the right side of your neck, the shoulder on the right. Maybe there are places where you experience pain or tension. It's enough right now just to notice it and continue moving along the side of the body. Down the arm. The elbow. Some of you might even be able to feel the hairs on your skin. And down into the right hand, the right hip. The right side of your leg, all the way down to the ground. And then again, taking in the space, the vastness, but also the close space right there by you on your right side. Noticing any pockets of stillness there, or maybe some noise or agitation. Noticing and releasing. Noticing and passing through. And now we'll spend some time with the back side of the body, starting again from the crown of the head, rolling very gently like a wave around the back side of the skull. Noticing any sensations along the top part of the neck, the top of the spine, the space between the shoulder blades. Breathing into the back of the body. Noticing and releasing. Melting our way down the spine, the sides of the back, down into the pelvis, noticing some whatever subtle sensations or not so subtle sensations you're picking up there. The pressure, the weight of the seat, the stability and the comfort we can find there. The buttocks, the backs of the legs, down to the ground. And the air and the space that support you from the back. Almost like the dark side of the moon. The space that we're always in contact with, but that we don't tend to regard with our eyes. Feeling the air that might be coming from that direction, or the sounds. Noticing any stillness and resting there. And coming back up to the crown of the head again, drawing your attention back up for a sweep down the left side of the body. Any sensations you might have on the skull, the skin or the hair on the left side. The ear, the jaw, release. The curve of the jaw down to the neck and the left shoulder. Feeling the weight of the arm hanging off of the shoulder joint. Resting in the stillness that we can find. Resting on the left side. Rolling our internal gaze down the forearm on the left and the hand. The side of the torso. The hip joint. The left side of the leg. Noticing sensation. And then moving on. And then allow the wave to roll all the way down to the ground. And become aware of the space beyond us, to the left. Any sensations we have associated with it. Does it protect us? Does it disturb us? Can we find calm and stillness there? And now floating like a lotus with the pond all around. Resting in the space that surrounds us. When you find your mind is wandering away, telling stories, making plans, traveling to other places and times, you can just very gently and kindly welcome it back into this little space that we're creating here together. Resting the attention on the breath, if that's comfortable for you. Drawing the space around you into the body. And exhaling back into the world that surrounds. Feeling again into the body and the space just around us. And noticing some of the ways it may have changed in the time since we've been sitting together. Maybe the light is different now. Maybe your temperature has changed. Sensation in a particular part of the body. Our emotion. Noticing and accepting. Noticing and releasing. And we'll close with a quotation from Xianxi. The sage's mind in stillness is the mirror of heaven and earth, the glass of the 10,000 things. Blessings to all of you on this day. Wishing you all well. Thanks again for making time for your practice. I'll see if I can unmute everyone. I think you should be able to unmute yourself if you'd like to say anything. Greetings, but you can also type them into the chat window. Thank you so much for your practice. Be well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sangha.
Thank you.
Nice to see everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good to be together. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. That was so enjoyable. And thank you, Sangha.
Beautiful. Thank you.